Hi everybody. The idea about this movie is I want to show you a little more about how I work from start to end. What I sometimes do is I start with a doodle, just random scribbles in Photoshop with a pen set to about 50% opacity, pressure sensitive, and slowly something emerges. In this case, a sort of Minotaur-ish kind of head. And once I've settled in on that, I start just blocking in some basic colors. I keep the sketch layer to use either as texture or as guidelines still. Get some background in because white papers scare me. Here you can see me working with the layers, trying out different layer types. I use overlay, I use multiply, I use color, color dodge, all of them. Can't say I really truly understand how they work, but I keep trying until I find something I'm satisfied with, and sometimes the so-called happy accidents occur. I keep working on it, on my sketch, blocking in some colors, working a little bit on getting the texture just right. That's why I still save and use the sketch layer for as long as possible. And at some point I decide whether or not I want to go ahead with it, and when I do, I start using photorealistic textures and more high-res brushes to get a true feel. Here you see me creating an eye from scratch, and then I start working on the horn. I have a horn at home actually, so I scanned it and warp it and use that as a photorealistic texture. And I use different selections that I save. In this case I cut out the horn and I save that selection, so I only work within that selection, sort of like alpha channels. Here I have a high resolution picture of some hair that I copy, and then I clone it so it's seamless. You don't want to have that giveaway seams. Again, I'm using layers, so I work in different layers and try to all the time keeping it as few layers as possible, but working together with what I did earlier. So now the horn and the teeth are becoming more or less high res, but the rest is still not up to par. Started working with the background color and the highlights from that, but I'm not really happy with the background color at this point. Google it. Find a sleeve that I use again as a layer on top of my base color. Trial and error based until I find what I want to do, and then I have texture on that as well. Slowly we're making it more and more realistic in that sense. I'm still trying to get the background to work, but at this point I already know that whatever I really try to do is not going to work. I want it to be more monochromatic, more gloomy, and instead of just some odd figure with a weird background, I decide on making it like a moonlit night, more monochromatic. It's not monochromatic truly, but with fewer colors instead of having contrasty colors. So I start blocking in some background, and I remember at this point I'm annoyed because the background color and the color of our beast here is more or less the same. So it's not working for me at this point. So I'm still contemplating what to do. I make a selection of our character here, so we can work on the background and the character without any problems. And now I'm starting to land on that I want it to be a night, moonlit night, and of course again foggy, gloomy. And instead of using the blue highlights from earlier, I start using the light source as the only really reflective source of lightning. Now that I know what I want to do, it's a lot easier. I was searching the web for some tombstones, gravestones, couldn't really find any, so I'm going to show you how to really quickly create a few basic tombstones to add. Now I've put in some trees and some high-res images to get some more depth and more things to cheat the eyes. I've created a very basic set of tombstones here that I just sort of randomly add there, and I stroke the outline with a few pixels of the light color, and then I have it. I'm more or less landing on it, but I want it to be more gloomy and more painterly in its feel. So I'm gonna, when I'm done with it, when I'm happy with it, I will spend some time using the filters and work with the paint daub or whatever, and again noising it and messing it up a little on purpose so it doesn't look like a digital image. And there you have it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.